Recording is on.
Okay, I think
All right, welcome to today's class. I believe we had a wonderful section last week, and it was super interesting. We learned a lot of things. I believe that Mr. Masha, are you online? I'm Mr. Chigozri. Are you online? Please, if you're online, can we know that you're online? Mr. Masha, Mr. Chigozri.
Online. I'm online. Can you hear me?
All right, Mr. Chigozri, are you online? Mr. Chigozri. All right, so we are going to start immediately. I believe that others are going to join us as we continue. Last week was a wonderful one, and I believe that we learned a lot. And Mr. Masha, since you're online, I believe that have you tried to install Kali in your system, or you already have Kali?
Oh, okay. I've not installed Kali. The one I installed on my system, I think it didn't work. Maybe due to the way my system is. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think it's the Windows. I don't know.
Okay. Do you what? How many gig RAM is your system?
Okay, my system is 8 gig RAM.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
8
it's
gig RAM should
8
be able
gig
to
RAM.
install Kali.
Yeah, but it was 80 gram but one of the four wasn't working, so I had to remove it. So I think what I
Oh,
have left. Yeah.
is for even 4 gig can be able to run at least only Kali. You can give it 2 gig RAM. You can give it 2 gig, can
Mr.
work at
Gomi, we
least,
are
but
not
it's
seeing
not like
you.
yes. So I think 8 gig RAM and 4 gig RAM can still work. So 4 gig RAM can still work. Just try. Maybe anytime you want to install it, you can call me. I can also guide you through. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So I can be practicing what we are doing. It's important that you practice. Practicing is very important. Mr. Chigodrin, are you here now?
Mr. Godwin, we are not
So
seeing
maybe
you. We are not seeing your
is this something
video,
like
Mr. Godwin.
is this something like I install now? I mean, can I install now?
Okay, we want to install now.
Is it possible? Yeah.
Okay, start installing. Start installing. Then maybe you can just. I will be working with you on chat as he's also lecturing, so we don't waste much of our time.
Okay,
So
that's
at
fine.
whatever difficulty you get, you can just let me know. I'll guide you through. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So thank you. So tonight we are going to be learning another wonderful lesson. We are going to be learning another wonderful lesson. So let's pay attention to the tutor. Try to practice as much as you can, because why? What makes you good in cybersecurity is when you practice. There was once like that one of my tutor told me that we should not just answer that we are a cybersecurity analyst or that we know cybersecurity, so that people will think we know it, but we cannot deliver when the time comes to deliver. So practicing helps you to deliver as much as you can. So today we are going to be learning a topic that is captioned the Wi-Fi danger, intercepting password on public networks. Intercepting password on public network. I know as usual our CEO, Mr. Daniel, is going to be the one to take charge of that particular, and I believe that as we pay attention, just pay attention, whatever he's doing, you can write down. Please get your notebook and write down as much as you can. Make sure you don't miss any session. Even as you're recording it, there are things you can jot down that will be very helpful to you. So I will want to call on Mr. Daniel to come and start the session. Mr. Daniel, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Godwin. I think the echo is coming from Mr. Godwin.
Yeah, let me mute. Let me mute.
Okay. Wow, okay, thank you. So thank you, Mr. Godwin, for this opportunity for us to showcase our skills once again, okay? And thank you, Mr. Marshall, for joining back. You have been very, very encouraging. And this is not the first time I'm meeting Mr. Marshall, Mr. Godwin. I think we had um, some classes with Mr. Marshall some time ago, okay? So I think I know Mr. Marshall very well. So thank you for coming around. And Mr. Chigo, Chigo, please, I think it's Chigoziri because it's not complete from my end. So you are also welcome, though we can't hear from you, but it would be nice if at least we can get to hear from you as well so that we know that we are already in an interactive session. But nevertheless, we are going to do what we have to do for today's class. Okay. So last week we introduced to cybersecurity. I have dropped the last week video and I apologize for not giving the exact recorded video of that particular webinar. And I told you the reason behind that. So this particular week, we are focusing on a new topic. Last week, we introduced you to cybersecurity. We also introduced you to some cybersecurity traits. And we also talked about how we can harvest or how hackers, please. I love using the word we, but how hackers harvest the victims' credentials on the internet, okay? So this particular class, we are focusing on something else. And what we are focusing on in this class is interception, okay? I think that is what we are looking at in this class, interception, credentials, like why Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi password is very dangerous, okay? So while you join your public Wi-Fi, maybe in banks, hotels, and the rest, that is where we have a public Wi-Fi. Even in school, some schools have some public Wi-Fi, okay? Some hackers can also join that network. Okay, is it Miss Chigo Zirim? I think I'm hearing you now. Okay, maybe as time goes on, you have to say something. So, while we join this public Wi-Fi, some mall have public Wi-Fi as well. Hackers can also join that Wi-Fi with us, right? But when they join that Wi-Fi, they do something very interesting in that Wi-Fi, right? Or in that Wi-Fi network, okay? So you know that every client that is connected to the Wi-Fi must be assigned an IP address. So if you are someone that you are very good with networking, you will have this idea that all the devices on the planet, when they connect to a particular network, they are assigned an IP address to identify that particular device while sending packets back and forth, right? So that's this what we call ARP poisoning. So an hacker joining that network can do what we call ARP poisoning. Now, ARP poisoning is just to poison the address resolution protocol. Address resolution protocol is what resolve the IP address and the MAC address. Like it's just used by each host device to know the location of the IP address, right? So if the MAC address for okay, so I think I have a meeting. If we have a MAC address for the hotspots, like Miss Kate, you are welcome, please. If a particular hotspot have a MAC address, or should I say hotspots or gateway have a MAC address, and then the hacker joined that network, move to the particular device on that network, tell that device, Oga, look, I am the router now. Okay, you are not the router again. I am the router, and this is my MAC address. Now, that particular device will now be forced to send any data he has through me because to that device now, I am the router. That device is not the router again. So most of the router, they have their IP address to be 192.168.1.1. Okay, that is the IP address of most of the router. But when once the ARP table in each device is poisoned, or that particular device I want to have access to or to intercept the traffic, that device will now have that IP address mapped to my own MAC address. So that is what we are going to demonstrate in this class. And from there, if that particular person was browsing on a network that is not secure, let's say HTTP, not HTTPS, most of the information can leak. Information like the password and the username and the browsing, like most of the things that that particular person is going through on the internet. Apart from that, If the person is using HTTPS, there is still ways that the hackers can use to strip off that secured layer, right, and have access to the particular data. But that one is for advanced classes. So what we are going to focus in this class is just to intercept a particular traffic and then try to read the data on that traffic. Okay, so without further ado, let's move over to the lab because we keep on talking and we don't show action. At some point, it will seem we are just preaching or it will seem boring. So let's go to our Kali Linux. I will share my screen, but I have to start my Kali Linux machine. Okay, before then, I will just have to show you the architecture of this network, what we are trying to implement. So I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen here. Where do we have share? Okay. Which one am I sharing first? Let's go with this first. So I believe you can see my screen from there. Okay, so this is my virtual box. I just want to be sure of the one I'm opening. Please give me some time. Okay, so this is my virtual box. And virtual machine, we all know if you are new to cybersecurity, virtual machine is an environment where we used to install machines so that it will be as if we are using that machine real in our system. Okay, so that is virtual machine. So I'm using virtual boxes. So you can see I have Kali Linux. Kali Linux is running on my system right now. And I also have Metasploitable. Now, Metasploitable is where we are going to have our websites hosted. Okay, so our website will be hosted on Metasploitable. Okay, so while our Kali Linux is the hacker's machine. Okay, so I want to show you around the network. If you go to settings, if you go to network, you see that I'm basically using my Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, so I'm breaching from my Wi-Fi adapter. So my Wi-Fi adapter is the one that is assigning an IP address to that VM. And same thing with this, I will start my Metasploitable as well. So when I'm starting my Metasploitable as well, the Wi-Fi network, like the IP address is getting it from the Wi-Fi network. We are having some issue. Okay. So I'll just log in, Daniel Hackbox, and then I'll hide this. I don't know, maybe I should just share my entire screen to avoid issue. Okay, so let me just share my entire screen. Okay, so these are Kali Linux, and this is also our Metasploitable. So our Metasploitable is booting, and our Kali Linux is up and doing. Okay, so we're just going to give it some time. So let me go to CMD, command prompt. This is my host Windows. So from my host Windows, I can check the IP address, ipconfig, right? And from my ipconfig, my IP address, which is the wireless LAN Wi-Fi, is 10.249.72.55. This is my IP address for my host system. So take note of this IP address, right? And then we move over to Kali Linux, I think it's here. Then we move to the terminal too. Okay, so IP address as well. So you can see the IP address is 10.249.72.134. So this one is .134, while this one is .55, right? So they're in the same network. So let's move to our metasploitable MSF admin, and then MSF admin. Okay, login incorrect. MSF admin. MSF admin. Okay, we are logged in now, so we can check the IP address. So you can see the IP address of this particular metasploitable where our website will be hosted. So let's say the client on that network that joined that public Wi-Fi is going through a particular site. Okay, so the IP address of that particular this particular metasploitable is 10.249.72.185. So 185 here, and then our host machine .55, and our Kali Linux is .134. So all the three machines, they are in the same network. Like they are in the same network. So just assume you are in your cafe or coffee shop, and you join the network, and you only have like 3 clients there. Okay, so when you have like 3 clients there, that is what is happening now, right now. Okay, so the next thing is for us to do the configuration. I don't know if we can call it configuration. It's for us to start the attack. Like I said earlier, that the attack is ARP poisoning. If you go to this particular system right now, and you try to check the ARP and table, that's ARP-A. We are checking the ARP table, ARP-A. So if we are checking for 10, so you can see 10.20. Take note of this. 10.249.72.20 have this MAC address. Can you see? The MAC address is BD. Right now, this is the original MAC address, just like that's your router that will be in that coffee shop. The MAC address is going to make use of the original MAC address when that particular ARP table is not poisoned. So we can see that the MAC address is 76BD. Okay, so let's start our ARP poisoning or man in the middle attack, anyone. So the tool we are going to make use of is you go to tools, recent tools, ADACAP. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. ADACAP. Okay, so now ADACAP is going to sniff the entire network and know how many clients is connected to that network. Like right now, let's just sniff this network. Let's see how many clients we have. So you can see that we have 3 clients on this network, like I said earlier. 3 clients on this network. This particular one, .220.185.55. Now remember that we have already checked the IP address of our host system, and this particular one was .55. Look at it here, .55. So that means that is the system, and that is the IP address of the host system, this .55. Okay, and then this .185, that is the IP address of our metasploitable. You can look at it here. We have .185, right? So what we are going to do in this particular ARP poisoning, since we know that this particular one is the host machine, I mean that this particular one is the web server. I'm calling it web server, but it's metasploitable machine where our website is hosted. We are going to do some interception at the middle. So if 185 is going to send a traffic to 55, right, through this 220, because this 220 now is acting as our router, right? This 220 now is acting as our router. So this 185 is going to send the traffic passing through this 220 to our, no, this 55, please. This dot 55 is going to send a traffic passing through 220 to our 185, which is the web server or metasploitable machine that is hosting our website. So just like you using your phone to browse PayPal website, so you are going to send traffic from your phone through the router to the PayPal web server. So that's the thing that I'm trying to stimulate here. So what we can do in this particular scenario is for us to now stay in the middle between this 55 and 185. And how can we do that? We have to deceive this 55 that we are 220 and also deceive this 185 that we are 220. So anytime each of them want to send and forward information, they have to pass through us before they can forward that information to the destination. So we are now in the middle, intercepting their traffic. So instead of them to just forward it directly from your phone to the router, then to the server, right? They have to forward it to me first. Now, I will now forward it to the router will now forward it to the internet. So that is how man-in-the-middle attack happens. Before then, we need to do some port forwarding. We need to allow port forwarding in our server. No, not server, please, in our Kali Linux machine. So port forwarding, have to allow port forwarding. Not even port forwarding, anything forwarding. Okay, so we have allowed forwarding in our system. So let's do that poisoning. Let's do the ARP poisoning. Let's deceive the two systems. So the target machine, which is 72.55. So we are going to add this particular guy as our target. And we are going to also add dot 220 as our second target, right? Because we are not trying to deceive .55 that we are .220, and we are not trying to deceive .220 that we are .55. So as we are done with adding the two targets, we just move over here. Then you can see ARP poisoning, ARP poisoning. So we choose ARP poisoning. So this is a MITRE attack, ARP poisoning operational parameter. So we have to sniff on that network. So group 1, the IP address, and group 2 also has given the IP address. So if we move over to our browser here, then we type in that IP address of our web server, which is 10.249.185, right? Is that the IP? Let's try and ping it and see if it's receiving reachable. .72. Let's see something from here. .72, right? So we copy this. Then we paste it here. We change this 20 to 184. I just want to confirm it from our metasploitable. .249.27.185, please, not 184. 185. Okay. So it's not reachable. So let's ping that particular web server and see if it's reachable. Ping .185. General failure. So that particular IP address is not reachable. Let's check it from our system. 192.184. A particular one is reachable. 185 is still reachable. So our Windows system is not able to reach that particular system right now. So what can we do? What can we do? Let's stop the ARP poisoning for now. Okay, so that has been stopped. And let's try pinking it from our system now. So CMD, pink this. Wow, it's not even reaching the router. Is that serious? Ping 10. Let's even see if this can reach the internet. Ping 8.8.8.8. Most times, what you are doing will not always work out. So you just have to find a solution to it your own way. And I think we have stopped this particular attack for now, just to see if our system is reachable. And then let's ping this this particular guy here, .20. It's our Kali device, general failure. Okay. So I think at this point, I might have to reconnect my network. I might have to reconnect my network, and that would disrupt this class. Oh, that would disrupt this class. Let me see another option. Let me see what I can do just to make up for that. Let me see what I can do. Since this particular device is reachable, ipconfig, ipconfig, since particular one is reachable, if config. Okay, so I think 10.249.72.185, and then we ping 10.249.249.72.185, right? So it's reachable from my Kali Linux. So since the web server is reachable from my Kali Linux and it's not available on the Windows, we are going to now use only the hacker's device to the target machine. Okay, but I just believe maybe you understand how the MITM attack or how the man in the middle attack works. Okay, so you are going to open our browser from this our Kali device. Let's just give it some time. Wow. So from here, we now type in the IP address of our web server, which is 10. Let me paste it here. .1.1.8.5. Yes. Okay, so this is the website, and we are going to down vulnerable web application. Down vulnerable web application. I don't know why it's a little bit slower. Let's go back. Okay, so this is like a login page where it has the username and the password. So let's say at that particular time, the hacker intercepts that traffic. Maybe the client or the victim wanted to log into a particular bank application. So we start our Wireshark here. After we have concluded the man in the middle attack, right? That is the ARP poisoning. We start our Wireshark to start capturing packets from that network. So Wireshark is here. And then this is ETH0, because that is the interface we want to monitor. ETH0. And we want to monitor HTTP traffic. So we have to filter out the noise that we have there, because we're going to have a lot of broadcasting traffic there. Okay. So we just go back to our damn vulnerable web application and refresh that application. And then we go back to our this thing, our Wireshark. So you can see that we have sent a GET request to DVW login page, right? And you can see that this particular page is PHP, right? So you can see the source IP and the destination IP. Source IP is 10.249.72.134, which is this system, this Kali Linux IP. So assuming my Windows host system was working, that source IP could have been the IP address of my Windows system. Okay, so the destination IP, which is the destination IP of where the traffic is going to, right? So that is like a GET request from this site. So the traffic also comes back where the source IP has to be the web server, which is 185, sending back a packet to 10.249.72.134, which is the IP address of my Kali Linux system. So you can see that that is 200 OK, meaning that it has gotten back a good response. So from here, the victim will now try to log in his bank credentials or any site. The credential of any site can be admin, and then the password can be anything. But this particular one, this damn vulnerable web application, they have their password. I think their password is always password and then login. Okay, so that login is successful here. And if you go back to our Wireshark here, you can see a lot of traffic has been logged as well. So you can see the login form, and you can see so many traffic, HTTP, and then let's just go over to application. I think, is it application? Login. And then let's check the form. So you can see from the login, right? The form item username is admin and the password is password. So the form item login is login. So from here, that particular user data is captured on that network. So that is how credentials are captured on a public Wi-Fi. Just have to know the IP address of the router and the IP address of the client you want to capture the information from, or you want to hack. Then you do ARP poisoning, that is man in the middle attack. So instead of that client to send that packet to the router, That client now send the packet to you, and then you forward it to the router. And then the router will also think that you are the client or you are the victim. Will now forward the packet to you, then you forward it back to the victim. So that is how ARP poisoning works. Okay, so I don't know if you have any question or any contribution, and the floor is open for you at this particular moment. Mr. Marshall. Okay, so no question, no question, no suggestion, no contribution.
Okay. The thing is that I'm trying to install the Caledonos in my system. So I think if I were maybe while you were doing it, I was practicing it. I'm sure I will have more questions to have, but I'm sure. But I know in subsequent classes I will have questions as I progress with practice.
Okay, 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 no problem, sir. The reason why it's a little bit tricky is because we are trying to use our host system. Assuming this is real life where we have the router, okay, so you know the IP address of the router. Immediately you join a particular network, we always know that the IP address of the
Yes.
router is always 192.1.1, or any network ID that you are using that follows with .1. So once you know that very well, you just know that you have to do an ARP poisoning. You know the client IP, because once you use the ADA cap to scan the entire network, you will know the number of clients that are available on that network. From there, you now do an ARP poisoning. You tell the client, look, I am the router. Then you tell the router, look, I am the victim or I am the client. From there, the router sends information to you, and then you forward it to the victim, and the victim also sends information to you, and you forward it to the router. So that is how a particular traffic is intercepted in a particular Wi-Fi network. So please, I know this video might be a little bit tricky, but take your time, go through it, watch it over and over again, and try to do it yourself. If you have any difficulties, I always say reach out to any of our team member, and we always do well to respond on time. So I think Mr. Godwin, you can take over from here. I think Mr. Godwin have difficulty with network. Okay. So since Mr. Godwin have difficulty with network, please invite other people to join us in this webinar. I know he's not coming in frequently, but if you can follow through this webinar, we still have 2 webinar left. I think you gain a little bit from it. So invite your friends, invite your colleagues to join in the webinar, those people that are interested in cybersecurity. And we are also starting a cybersecurity class on Wednesday, not Wednesday, please, next month, August. Next month, August. Okay, so please invite your friends. It's going to be a scholarship program, and we do it yearly. We do it once in every year. Okay, so and the application fee is going to be very subsidized to the minimum level you can think of. The training is going to last for 4 months. We will take you from the foundation to mentorships. Okay, so we even have the Power Pack Hackathon award-winning hackathon ready for you to also participate. So this is also a way to showcase your skill, and it can also help you build your portfolio. So it's going to be the best. It's going to be a power pack training. So please do us a favor to also invite your friends to join the training next month. I think that is where we are going to stop. If you have any question or any contribution, I think we are okay and open to listen to you. Miss Kate, are you there with us? Okay, I think who like to participate. Please, if you have any difficulties, please. Okay, please go ahead. I've seen somebody rising. Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, you were using the VMware workstation. So, which one is more suitable for this exercise? That's my question. That's one of my questions.
Okay. So VMware workstation and VirtualBox just depends on like which one works best for you. Okay. So I won't directly say that VMware is the best or VirtualBox is the best, but I love VirtualBox because it is open source, right? That means it is free to use. Now, VMware, if you want to use it for a commercial purpose, you need to pay money. Okay. So I love VirtualBox because it's open source and it is free. And I can navigate my way through VirtualBox easily when compared to VMware, right? I'm not saying that VMware is not easier, but I just love the simplicity in my VirtualBox machine compared to VMware. So that is the thing. Did I answer your question? Please, did I answer your question?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so there's no particular.
Yes,
Okay, you
answer.
want to say something?
Okay, yes.
Go
I was
ahead.
saying, it's from the practical that you just conducted. It means that connecting to public Wi-Fi anyhow is just dangerous, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not advisable. Just connecting to any Wi-Fi that is.
Yes, so it's not advisable that you connect to any public Wi-Fi that you use, but if you must make use of VPN, make use of VPN. If you must use VPN to connect to that Wi-Fi, okay? Because once you make use of VPN, now your traffic will be routed through a tunnel to the VPN server before it gets to wherever it's going to. So even if somebody intercepted your traffic, the person cannot see anything that is going on between you and the server. So that is it. Please, if you want to make use of public Wi-Fi, make use of use VPN in your mobile phone and your laptop. I think we have. I use Proton VPN on my laptop, and I have some other VPNs I use on my mobile phone. So you can choose any platform or any VPN that works best for you. We have paid and free VPN. Choose any one. Most times the paid one are the one that works. The free ones are they're just not too sure. So I think you're okay now. Mr. Godwin, you are back. Miss Faith, you joined us late today.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, I'm having network issues.
Who is having network issues, please?
Hey,
Okay, Miss Faith. It's okay. You just have to watch the. I think I've taken my time to record it today. So you watch the recorded version. And if you have any difficulties, please always reach out to me or to any member of our team. They always respond to you as fast as possible in the group. Is that okay?
that's okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Is it Mr. Fellow? I think we haven't heard from you. Are you with us, Mr. Is it Fellow or something? Okay, please, Mr. Godwin. I think we lost. Okay, over to you. I'm done. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for a wonderful section. Of course, there is no way that we can finish any section without learning. And I believe that most of us have seen that even connecting to people Wi-Fi can expose us. Sometimes it can be deliberate. Sometimes even hackers can deliberately open a hotspot for you to tap in and they get what they want to get. So it's important that we learn that we need to secure we need to know the public networks we join. And most times you can also use VPN to secure your own network. Thank you very much. And I believe that we have all learned something tonight. So I know we are not many like that, but I believe that we are learning. So I want to see Miss Faith. Miss Faith, are you here? Miss Faith, are you with us?
I can hear you.
All right, all right. So I want to ask,
Yes, I am.
did today class impact you by any means?
I want to watch the recorded video because the network was terrible at my end.
I think one of the major challenge we have is network. That is one of our major challenge. Um, Mr. Godwin, are you there? Mr. Godwin, we cannot hear you. Please, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So please,
Yes, I
Mr.
can hear
Master.
you. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, please, can you tell us how today class has impacted you? Let me know.
I think
Hello, sir.
it's referring to you, Mr. Marshall.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. One of the ways that the major way that the class has impacted me is me being aware that my IP address, sorry, my IP address here can can be exposed when I connect to Wi-Fi that is open, like a public Wi-Fi. So that's one of the things I have learned. I haven't. I didn't know that I could. My IP address can be easily attacked
Okay.
via an open Wi-Fi. That is to say, when I connect to an open Wi-Fi, I didn't know this before now. So I thought it was very secured, even though I connect to an open Wi-Fi. So, but having learned this, I think this is one of the things that I've gotten from the class. I'm sure in the subsequent classes, I'm going to do better as I
Okay.
practice.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very, very much. So why I'm making this review is so that I will not because there's something I love doing in people. We don't just organize classes to just for organizing sake. We want to make sure that this class you are getting value and you are improving yourself. Those are our core values. We want to make sure that you are learning. It's not just about attending classes so you are getting something out of it. All right, so Miss Faith, are you here now? Can you tell us something? Miss Faith,
She said that
I said that my network was bad, so I have to watch the recorded video.
all right, thank you very much. So Miss Fellow, is it Mr. or Miss Fellow? Because the name is, I don't know what I would say, is masculine or feminine. Miss Fellow or Mr. Fellow? Are you here? Okay, seems like Mr. Fellow is not online. All right, thank you all for attending to this class. It's a wonderful one.
Miss Kate is here.
We
Oh.
hope that you tell your friends.
Miss
Okay,
Kate
Miss
is
Kate, yes. Miss Kate, I know you followed through. and I intentionally didn't call you, but I know why. But I know that you can also tell us how the class impacted you. Please, can you? Miss Kate, are you here?
Seems she's busy.
Okay, seems like Miss having a network issue. All right, so I really want to appreciate everyone who attended today's class, and I hope you are telling your friends about it because this is just like a tip of an iceberg. This is just a tip of an iceberg of what you are going to be learning when we start the real training, which is coming up next month. And the real training is going to be totally free. It's going to be, we are going to give you introduction to cybersecurity, SOC, we are going to give you ethical hacking, a lot. You are going to learn a lot. More than this, you are going to begin the foundation to see how you can secure yourself, you can also secure others, you can also want to, in case you want to penetrate others, you can also do that too. So you're going to learn a lot. So you don't want to miss it for anything. So if you know your friend that is has been willing to learn cybersecurity, tell your friend that there's a place you want to learn it free, and we are going to be intentional about it. We are going to give certificates. At the end of the day, we are going to also make sure that you have a capstone test so that you can be able to do things by yourself and submit. We are going to give you capstone projects. We are going to also give you projects as we teach. You will do it by yourself and you will know that you are following. So it's going to be a hands-on training. So we invite you to tell your friends. We know, yes, we may be few now, but we want you to tell your friends so that we can get more persons to join us. It's 100% free for 4 months. That's the best you can get anywhere. I see most cyber security, they usually give you 3 months. But this one is free. So you can get it for 4 months. So we really want to appreciate
Okay, so I think he's having network issue. Having said that, we are closing for today. It's already 8:30. Thank you everyone for being part of this joining. It's very wonderful and it's encouraging having you around. It's something that's give me that boost that I should do more. That people love what I'm doing. So thank you and have a wonderful night. Good night, everyone.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night.